Now we'll learn the importance of keywords in finding the answer. Keywords are words that stand out in the question and in the text, and they're probably the most important tool in reading. They help you save time because using the keyword technique, you don't need to read the whole text carefully for the answer. There's no time for that anyway. You just read it quickly to find synonyms or words that mean the same as the keywords. Then you read around those synonyms to choose your answer. Of course, the keywords and synonyms themselves are not the answer. They only help you find where in the text you should be looking for your answer. To practice matching keywords to synonyms, I like to teach my students to make keyword tables. On a keyword table, you can write the keyword from the question, and on the other side, put the synonyms or similar words that you find in the passage. This study tip not only proves to the students that they've found the right part of the text for the answer, but it also builds vocabulary. So when you're practicing, make a keyword table for the keywords from the question and the synonym from the text. This first exercise is a gap fill. There are words missing in the question and you must find the words in the text. First we read the instructions and it says use no more than 3 words. So I know that I can use 1, 2 or 3 words, but no more than that. Look at number 1. All year we imagine how wonderful it would be to have a something from our daily working lives. The keywords are underlined for us in this case, imagine and daily working lives. Now we have to go back to the passage and skim quickly for synonyms. In other words, words which mean the same or at least something very similar. In paragraph A, there's nothing similar to imagine or daily working lives, so I go on to paragraph B. I find the word fantasize, which is similar to the word imagine. But one synonym is not enough. You must find the synonym for all the keywords. Can we find the synonym for daily working lives in the same sentence? Well, yes, I can. Every day means daily, and even if I don't know what grind is, my logic tells me, well, it must mean working lives. So I'm sure that this sentence is where my answer is. So I read the sentence more carefully for the answer, and here it is, long break. It makes sense if I put it back in the gap and I'm within the word limit. So the answer is, all year we imagine how wonderful it would be to have a long break from our daily working lives. Let's go on to number 2 now. Miss Quilliam is not only a leading psychologist, she's also an authority on something. So my keyword here, of course, is also Miss Quilliam and authority. So I have to go back to the text to find out where it starts talking about Miss Quilliam. In paragraphs A and B, there's nothing about Miss Quilliam or a psychologist, so I'm not going to waste time looking there. In paragraph C, I find the name Susan Quilliam and psychologist in the first sentence, so I read more closely. Can I find a synonym for the word authority as well? Well, the word expert means authority, so I know this is the sentence where my answer is. And you can see that the words in the text come in the same order as the question. Miss Quilliam, psychologist, body language expert. So I know that my answer is body language. She's an authority on body language or an expert on body language. In number 3, the question reads, Miss Quilliam's survey found that over 25% of people use the beginning of their holiday to something. Now, the keywords here are survey and over 25%. You could also say the beginning of the holiday as well is also a keyword. So, I remember from my skimming that I did at the beginning that in paragraph H, there were a lot of percentages. So I go to paragraph H to find a synonym for over 25%. And here it is, more than a quarter. So I read the sentence carefully and choose the answer to recover. This is a short answer type question. I must answer the questions with words from the passage, and I should of course pay attention to the instructions which say I'm allowed no more than 4 words. Let's look at number 1. As well as selecting a swimming costume and more formal clothes for dinner, what else do holidaymakers need to choose? So I underline the keywords swimming costume, formal clothes for dinner, and the word choose. These are all keywords. And then at the beginning of the passage, again, because this is a new set of questions, I try to find something which means the same. In paragraph A, I find the word beach outfit. That's a synonym for swimming costume. And evening wear, which is a synonym for formal clothes for dinner. So I know I should be looking in this sentence for the answer. And as you can see, the synonyms are in the same order as in the question. Beach outfit, swimming costume, and then the next item to choose is reading material. So reading material is the answer I need. Let's look at number 2. What 3 psychological symptoms are associated with stress? Well, these are my keywords, 3 psychological symptoms. I start looking in paragraph C, as that's where it mentions psychology, but there's no mention of 3 psychological symptoms together. So I go on to paragraph D. Immediately, I see words which are synonyms for psychological symptoms, and there are 3 together. So I know that these words are my answer: anxiety, irritability, and mild depression. You see, I only write single words, not a whole sentence, because this is a short answer question, and I must keep within the word limit. So I put 4 words here: anxiety, irritability, mild depression. Now for question number 3. Who asked Miss Quilliam to carry out her research? So I've underlined the keywords who and research. And again, from my skimming, I remember in H, there was the word survey, which is a synonym for research. And I read to find out who asked her to carry out her research. In the first sentence, I find the synonym for research and the people or the company responsible for asking her to carry out the research. The results of a survey commissioned by Lloyds TSB Bank and carried out by Miss Quilliam, and it carries on. So I know that this is my answer, and I choose Lloyds TSB Bank as they asked her to carry out her research. This is the keyword table I made for the keywords and their synonyms from the first part of the passage. This helps to verify that I'm looking in the right place for the answer, and it also helps to build vocabulary. You can see on the right, you should write the keywords from the question, and on the left, you write the synonyms from the text. So it's a good habit to get into when you're doing reading passages, to strengthen your reading techniques.